It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Bisons and the Bulls on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Bisons of Anchorage taking on the Bulls of San Antonio. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this San Antonio team as they enter play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for visiting Anchorage, they've come in on a night. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And off we go from San Antonio. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Sanders on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Off play action. Richardson. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Richardson on 3rd and short. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And an Anchorage first down.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Richardson. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Picked on by Casey Hayward.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling was, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's good for 28 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A 2nd down throw for Purdy. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side. Because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They go play action with Richardson.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Richardson off the play fake. That's complete downfield to James. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he'll take this down to the 33. But you look at this defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Now it's Richardson. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Richardson to the air on 1st down. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. As they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. Maher able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw, Purdy. Short throw caught by Pitts. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Complete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Richardson working from the gun.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The offense on third down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. That's dumped off to Pollard.
Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Richardson looking to throw. He finds Smith-Njigba.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards for number 11. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Richardson to throw off play action. He finds his man, Pollard.
No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to the air with Richardson. Pass caught there by Nixon.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Richardson.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. And that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Over the middle, it's complete. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Edwards.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Again, it'll be Edwards.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons
at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The kick by Maher is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here, as we are back at it now on EA Sports? Well, now how about this return? Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Richardson. Completed to Hyatt. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. McKenzie now to return it. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the 1st down.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Purdy will look to throw again here. He connects quickly to Jamar Chase. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him the 1st down. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dwayne Smoot able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So here's a 3rd and 14. Richardson. And the pressure gets to him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Back out comes San Antonio. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Purdy looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. First and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. Throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signal for and taken at about the 15-yard line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 23-yard line.
Open man right side, Myers. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Yard gain on the day. That's good for a San Antonio 1st down.
Myers in motion right.
28-yard line.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in San Antonio. Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. He finds his man, complete. It's Weaver. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. He's going to try and do this himself. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 45-yard line.
He's going to keep this again. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Under pressure, and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Well, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild-card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front-row seat to it. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they handed the 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But no one wants to see that drop. I guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. That is caught, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Richardson now on 2nd down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's got room. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 9. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Back to throw, Purdy.
This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
They toss it down to Pollard.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Bisons.
Here's Pollard again. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st down, Richardson.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8. Again, it's Richardson.
And that will be incomplete.
I love the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw really tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand. And that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on.
And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Winston to throw. should be the one that seals a victory. Second and 11. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for San Antonio, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Anchorage, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.